Hey guys, it's officially time for me to go through my 15th sketchbook. Let's get into it, shall we? So I mentioned this in my Ohu review, and if you want to check that out, I'll have a link in the description. I just bought these markers and I was really just testing them out for the first time and getting to know them, but this is my 15th sketchbook. If you want to watch all my 14 other sketchbooks, I have recorded them, and I'll have a link to the playlist. This sketchbook covers from December 30th of 2016 through March 7th of 2017, and I always like to draw a welcome page, and this time it's featuring Maple, which she's been on a few welcome pages. Here I was referencing one of my favorite Instagram artists, Cameron Stewart. Actually, Cameron M. Stewart, it looks like, if you want to check them out. They have an awesome style that really knows how to use the color black. That's all I'll say. Like, they know when to do thin lines, when to do thick lines. He's just a very cool dude. Here I drew Princess Leia. This was around the time I think Carrie Fisher passed away, so I don't know. I realized I'd never really drawn Princess Leia, and she's always been one of my favorite characters, so I thought I would draw her. Again, using those markers. Here I drew a bit of an older Magna girl. I'm trying to draw like Cameron Stewart. It's not working. Again, trying out those markers and seeing how they work for skin tones and for larger areas, and it was a little streaky. This spot there was no room, so I tried to draw my doggy, but he moved and it just looked icky. Again, using the markers, just drawing things because it was cold outside. Drawing people in warm coats. And of course, a Magna girl. There it is, it's 2017. I just sort of did a quick little sketch because I never know what to draw on the sides with the marker spillage, so I usually just do really quick loose doodles just to like warm up my wrist. Here I'm drawing one of my viewers. I almost always write the Instagram page, the Instagram account on there of whoever I drew, but I was doing this thing where I draw my followers on Instagram, and this was one of them, and apparently I didn't write it down, but she had the cutest little R2-D2 Mickey ears, so I had to draw them. And this, I really like this. That is where I was drawing the view from my window, and the sun was like just coming up or just setting or something, so everything was this bright orange, and it was so pretty, and I really actually captured it well, I thought, at the time. But by the time I finished it, everything was already muddy blues and grays, so I couldn't really, you know, double check. Some more sketches. Here's another DrawingWiffWaffles. I was drawing Cheyenne. I really like the way this one turned out. And then here, I didn't know what to do with, you know, the fluffy side of the page, so I just redrew it backwards. I actually kind of like it, but I did it a lot simpler and with a thicker line art. So, oh, I called this my comic style versus my take my time style. Here I did another one of my followers on Instagram at pegasusart.cx. I drew her. I really like this one, actually. I love the way the pencil shows through in the markers. I just think it's really dimensional. And the outfit's kind of cool. Here's some sketches again that I didn't really care about, just trying to, you know, fill up the space because I don't really like only seeing the marker bludge. I really want to try and use the marker splats to draw something again like I did with that other one. Here's some more drawings of some of my followers, again doing my hashtag DrawingWiffWaffles. I drew different people here. What I didn't realize this was gonna happen. I really liked this sketch, so I was really upset that what is on the other side bled through and kind of ruined those, but luckily I posted it to Instagram before that happened, so we're all good. Here I used that ink from my art snacks box that is, whoa, a blast from the past, but it was this, I think it was called Crink. It's this gold metallic ink, if you can tell. Oh, so pretty. And I was like, I haven't used that since I did that unboxing. So I was like, I really want to try that out. So I drew sort of an Audrey Hepburn inspired character, and I really like this. So I'm kind of okay that I ruined the back page just because of how cool this turned out, but I still would have preferred both of them to be okay. Here I tried to draw like a girl with a dress that was inspired by a pancake. She kind of just looks like, I don't know, Big Girl. If there was a competing restaurant for Big Boy, there'd be Big Girl. That's what I would think. Again, just sort of sketching quick things on the gross page. And a doggy with a shoe. That's not a tongue, it's a shoe. Again, another DrawingWiffWaffles. This is Miasma Devi. This one I was really practicing the hair, and I really like the way this turned out. It just looks so luscious. I actually didn't draw anything on that side of the page. That's strange. Here I am just doing another hashtag DrawingWiffWaffles, but I did it with ink and I was like, I'm going to color this digitally, and I did. And if you want to check that out, you can go check out my Instagram. It actually turned out really, really well, and it was one of my most liked posts. And I've actually made a tutorial on how to do that. Yeah, I'll have that linked too. Sketchbook videos are always just like, check out this video that I did, check out that video I did, and it's kind of weird. It makes me feel a little awkward, but we gotta keep this going, so let's keep it going. Another Draw Me with Waffles, and I colored that one digitally. I colored this sketch of Jasmine digitally. I actually drew this while I was watching Aladdin. It's such a good movie. Some of the Disney classics are so good, and then others you're like, why did I like this? It sucks. Aladdin's one of the good ones. Here's another Draw Me with Waffles that I colored digitally. Here I decided to try and draw my view from my window because I really liked the way that one turned out, but this time it was much more foggy and gray, so I used a lot of different gray tones, and I really like the way these turn out. I want to do that some more, like draw things that are outside. And the fact that it's a window and it's such an enclosed area, I feel like it helps me focus more on working on it. Like if I were to ever do like studies where I go outside and draw something, I get so overwhelmed by all the stuff that's around, and you can look left and you can look right and you can look forward, you can look backwards, and there's just so many different things to draw. The fact that it's just looking out a window really, really helps me. So I would definitely suggest that to anyone who wants to like get into drawing, you know, backgrounds and scenery, but gets overwhelmed when they're outside. I definitely recommend, you know, just looking out your window and trying to draw that. And don't move, because if you move, then stuff, everything moves. So draw sitting here and then move over there and draw again, and you'll have two different pictures. Here, I was trying to draw something cool, and it just looked really gross. So there's that. Again, on my Ucky side, I just do something quick, but I actually really liked the way it looked, so I went over it again with this fat pen and just wrote Twinkle Twinkle Little Star on there because I thought it looked like she was really pondering something, and I drew a little star that she's looking at. And I really like the way this face turned out, and the ear. I just like it. And the hand. I like everything about that. This is one of my favorite pages, even though it didn't take very long. Here I did another Draw Me with Waffles, but I don't think I ever posted this because I wasn't happy with it. And I'm always worried when I do these that if I post one and it doesn't look good, then the person who got drawn is like, why'd you draw me so ugly? I don't think I drew them ugly, I just don't like the sketch, so. I didn't. And I also drew a cat. And since I didn't like that, I drew her again, and I like this one a lot better. Here's another Draw Me with Waffles that I just didn't feel like posting. I feel like I just didn't capture her. You know when you draw something and it just doesn't look alive? Well, I mean, when is it ever gonna look alive? It's not real, but what I'm saying, when it just doesn't capture what you see when you look at that person, so that's another reason I didn't post that one. This one I drew on Inauguration Day. It was just all the pretty dresses, and I really wanted to draw something classy, sort of like Jackie Kennedy, so that is what was inspired that, and a little sitting Magna girl. Here's just another like scrap page. I was just drawing a bunch of different things. I think I was using references on Pinterest, which I definitely recommend. Here I was drawing the La La Land poster because the ad kept showing up on Pinterest and it would like get in my way. And I'm like, no, I'm trying to get out of the way. So I was like, fine, I'm just gonna draw you then. So I just sketched that really, really quick, and I like that. I think it turned out kind of really cute. It's very expressive. I find the smaller I draw, the more expressive I can draw. The bigger I draw, like the more just like Barbie face I get. So here we have, I was using some more references. I think I was on like one of those like pose generator websites. So I was drawing all of those, and I really like pages when like there's just so much and it's just so squashed, but it takes so much time, but it looks cool and it's worth it, but I just don't have the time. But I really like the way this one turned out. And I always want to go in and add watercolor, but then I'm too lazy to wait for the watercolor to dry, and then I'll accidentally shut it, and then it's a mess. Here is when I was really slipping. I don't know, did I write the date? I just wrote date. What was the date? Oh, here. It was early February. I was really like I wasn't enjoying the way my art was turning out. Everything was just turning out so messy. And you'll see here too, like, I never finished them. I'm like, oh, I didn't like that, so I stopped. I drew this, and I'm like, oh, that just looks creepy. And so I drew these weird little hands, but I never finished them. And again, just like drawing and just not really happy with how anything's turning out. So I tried to draw something I've never drawn before, this weird truck, but I don't think I used a reference, so there's that. And then The only thing that turns out is like the faces that I drew where I'm like, ooh, I can't stand it. But again, I'm just drawing and trying to like break out of like an art block, but I don't know if it was an art block or if it was just messy, but I just wasn't happy with anything. So to try and like break out of it, I did this thing where I didn't sketch. I just grabbed one of my Ohu markers and I just colored in blocks of areas and tried to like create a drawing with that. And I thought this was a really, really fun exercise and it really helped you loosen up so you weren't so tight and like trying to draw everything perfectly. It really it helps you take a step back so you can really, really try and focus on just creating something instead of making something perfect. I'm pulling a pretzel in my hand. I was gonna wait till I finished filming this to eat it, but I can't. Still good. Oh, should we take a look and see what this ugly face is? Oh, no, that was enough. I don't need to see any more of that. So here I was just like, I spent a lot of time trying to draw digitally here and it just wasn't turning out. So I just decided if I can't draw, I'm just gonna write my thoughts. I'm not gonna read that because it's probably totally emo. If you wanna read it, just pause it earlier. I'm not reading it to you. Here I tried to draw Nurse Joy from Pokemon Sun and Moon. So around this time that nothing was drawing or turning out right, I had a lot of Pokemon Moon to play, so it was really, really fun, and I'm glad that I had something to do when something else wasn't working, and it helped me really get my mind off it. But then every time I went to the Pokemon Center, Nurse Joy was just so freaking cute, and I wanted to draw her, but she's cuter in the game, trust me. Here, just some sketches. I was prepping for a scrawler box that I did, and here's another scrawler box that I opened. Just some more practicing with the pens and just getting used to them. Here, I broke out my watercolors, and I was just sketching some stuff. This looks like a guy, this kind of looks like Sherlock, but it really wasn't. I think I drew the head and kind of made me think of it, so I drew the rest of it sort of a Sherlock-y, but you know, still my own sketch. I didn't use a reference. This one I did use a reference, and I actually really like the way this turned out. I love the sketchy ink with then the quick watercolor washes. I love that style. So that one turned out really, really good. I tried to make my dog into a human and I just don't like it. You know, but here I'm drawing my ducky and he's so cute. I call him my Poopy. That's his nickname. I love him. Oh, cute. This one kind of looks like a dinosaur here. This looks more like him. Except right now his ears are shorter and he's a smaller poof, but you know, I also really like that sketch. That one turned out pretty good too. Here, I wanted to retry that sketchy line art with the washes. So I drew my old blue microphone that I don't use anymore, but it's precious to me because whenever I used to buy electronics, I would always get the cheapest one. Well, not like the cheapest one. Find the best one and then get the cheapest color, because like if you got a red one it always costs more. But this was the first time where I was like, you know what, this is for me, this is my money, I have my own job now, I'm gonna get this purple one. It was only like $5 more, but like that was like a no, but I was like, I'm gonna do one, I want the purple one, and it just made me so happy. I'm usually very, very, you know, reserved with my money, and I like seeing it in my bank account. I guess I'm a bit of a Scrooge, but this was one of those times that I finally splurged on myself. I don't know, just makes me happy. I don't know, I did something, it was cool. Here, just a quick sketch of a girl. I don't know where I was going with that, I'm trying to look at it. That looks like a hat, but I don't know what, I don't remember what I was thinking when I drew this. That's weird, I was going through my very first sketchbook, and I remembered like every moment of drawing each page, but I have no idea what I was thinking when this happened, so whatever. And then I tried to draw my ducky again. Here, because that blue microphone one turned out so cool, I tried to draw this again, but I ended up putting just too many colors down, I think. I didn't add enough water to it or something, but I like it to be a lot more pastel and light so that the line art shows through more, but it still turned out pretty cool. And I used a reference from Pinterest, I believe, for that. Here, just filling up a page with some random sketches. Oh, that's what's on this page. I have the derpy Pokemon. I love them. I started with an octopus, but then I drew this Pikachu, and I thought he looked so cute, so then I tried to draw Squirtle, so he's up there, and then I was like, I'm gonna draw Charmander, and they're just so derpy. I love them. And there's a Bulbasaur as well. Squirtle! Bulba! Char! Pikachu! Those are probably pretty bad. Oh, this is one of my favorite pages. Are you ready for this? I posted that one to Instagram. I couldn't contain it. I was like, I'm not ready to wait for the sketchbook video. But yeah, here's my octopus. I used a reference, but I didn't draw the reference, if that makes sense. So I just had like the Google Images results up, and so I had all these different references of different areas of the octopus, and then I was able to like sort of just blend them in all together and draw an octopus. And I was gonna add, the original plan was to add, you know, light watercolor washes, but I just thought the line art really just looks fine the way it is, and I'm not gonna mess that up. And then to go along with my octopus, I drew my mermaid character. I don't know if we've ever named her. If you can think of a name for her, leave her in the comments below. She has long blonde hair. I didn't really sketch the whole thing out. And she's always accompanied by a blobfish. Here, this is the drawing that I created for my tutorial how to color your physical sketches digitally. And I really like the way that one turned out, and I posted that to Instagram, and I think it is currently my most liked post. And it's funny because I actually titled the video, How to Get My Most Liked Posts, because every time I color something digitally on a traditional drawing, everybody loves it. I don't know what it is. They don't like my digital art, and they don't like my traditional art, but when I mix them together, it's like central, you know? All the likes. Here we have another DrawingWiffWaffles, but it just wasn't capturing what I wanted to. And yeah, well, now here it is, if that was you, Lizzie. And I drew Lily, because again, I'm playing Pokemon Sun and Moon, like hardcore at this time. And I love Lily. I love both of Lily's outfits, but this one is just so much more, you know, girly and cute. But I understand why I should wear the new one, but it's cool. I really wanted to draw some animals, so we have a giraffe. I just thought, what's a weird looking animal? A giraffe's weird, it's got a really long neck and really long legs. Let's draw that. That was kind of my thought. And then I was like, I want to draw a tiger, and then I was like, let's try and draw a giraffe again. And I really like the way this one turned out. It's got that style that I was talking about, you know? It's the washes, the color of the watercolors, and then some areas aren't colored in. I just eat that up. I love artists that do that. I haven't found like a specific artist that does it a lot that I can like tell you to go check out, but I've seen it here and there, and it's just something that's always spoke to me. And I didn't sketch any of these. I used the color, so I was doing that challenge that I did earlier where I just block down colors where I think it should be, and then I add like a line art, and it looks pretty cool. I did that with the tiger and the froggy, but I didn't do it with these two giraffes. That's an angry, he looks so angry. Why does he look so angry? Poor little giraffe. I'm here, I'm drawing some more animals. I decided to draw a bunch of different dog breeds that I like. That one's like a chow chow. That sort of looks like a German Shepherd. This one's a mix, I don't remember what it was. I love doggies, they're so cute. And then I decided to draw an elephant, but again, I did that thing that I mentioned where I just added too much color, so it started bogging down the line art, and it's kind of like harder to see all the details, so I like to keep things so much lighter than this. But again, I was still experimenting and learning what I like best, and I was trying to copy the reference at the same time, and you know, kind of ended up fighting myself about it, but I do like it. I think it looks like an elephant. Oh, here I'm drawing myself as a Pokemon trainer in one of my favorite outfits. Pokemon Moon has some of the best outfits. I'm just gonna go out there and say that. I liked a lot of them, and I definitely recommend that Pukamuku chucking. Is that what it's called? A Pikamuku? Pikamuku chucking? I don't remember how you say the Pokemon, but you make a lot of money, man. I am a professional. And then I can afford all the outfits. So yeah, I drew me with my starter. I named her Ariel. I kept restarting the game until I got a girl because it was important to me. So I got a girl and I named her Ariel. She's so cute. She's a Primarina now. And then I also drew me, How, and Lily. I just thought we made such a cute trio, so I wanted to sketch that out. And then I tried to draw us all as chibis, but it didn't work out quite as well as I had planned. Lily turned out amazing. Mine ended up too fat, and then his is too, it's, I don't know, square? Not fat, square. Like everything's just too chunky. Whereas she's super slender and cute, like with the big head, and I feel like it more embodies the chibi style I was going for. And then here I decided to use my markers. Oh, that's right, I cut myself and was bleeding all over this. Ignore that. And I decided to draw a bunch of different Pokemon that I liked, or that seemed simple and that I had the colors for. So I tried to do that, and I just used references for most of these, and then I colored them. Oh look, when I see him I see dollar signs. Yeah, so these are the Pokemon that seem the easiest and easiest to draw because I've always had trouble drawing Pokemon and getting them right. So I've tried to draw them all and add the colors. The colors aren't spot on because I am using markers, but they're pretty close. And I didn't use a reference for this sucker. And then here we have the last page. Thanks for looking through my sketchbook. I finished it on March 7th, tried to draw a Charmander. And since I used ink, it again was just sort of a derpy page, so I just filled it in with whatever. So my last page really is that. It's a little bit more glorious, so there's that. Anyway, I used those Posco markers. I love those. I got them in a Scholar box a way back, and I just love them so much. They're so much fun, especially when you have a colored or a dark surface. And I drew some ice cubes, so there's that. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you're wondering what sketchbook, I used this mixed media sketchbook. It's a Canson mixed media sketchbook. I've used a lot of Canson sketchbooks in the past, and I really like this one. It's just the right size. It fits in like your bag if you need to take it somewhere, and I think it's just really, really nice. I liked it so much, I decided to buy another one. Here we have Sketchbook 16. Do you like how I decorated them? Ooh, I like that they look different and yet, you know, cohesive at the same time. Anyway, hit that like, ooh, what's all this? Was that ink? What's going on there? Hit that like button if you want me to finish the sketchbook and share it with you. It takes me forever because I've been in a bit of an art funk lately, but I managed to finish this sketchbook and I'm a little ways through this one. How far am I? Yeah, I've got a few sketches in there. So if you want to hit that, smash the like button, and I'll try and draw faster. We'll see. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Let me know which of these sketches was your favorite. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys all next week, and I hope you have a very delicious evening full of waffles. Bye. And don't forget, if you want to subscribe, you can click this little logo, look at the cute waffle. Or you can click on this right here to see all my other sketchbooks. Or you can click on one of these videos if you're interested. Thank you guys for watching. Bye!